All right, we are going to show you guys how to do a remote start. The reason you would do a remote start is, say you have 30 feet of pipe that you're going to line, but you don't want to line the first 5-foot section. Say there's a lateral coming in, you don't want to mess with the reinstatement, or the customer doesn't want that section of pipe lined. We are going to show you how to start that liner further down the pipe.
Okay, so what we have here is a piece of heat welded calibration tube. That's a type of calibration that you want to use for a remote start without the stitching. What we have here is a sectional liner for the pipe that we're actually going to line. What we're going to do is we are going to clean the insides of and the edges of both pieces of liner and calibration tube, and then we are just going to seat it with an inch overlap of the two, like so. Then we are going to use our hot iron to actually weld this calibration tube to the PU coating that is on this liner. Once we have done that, it's going to create a tight lock on these two, and we're going to use a thin piece of duct tape to wrap around it. And it's that simple. Okay, so what I have here is I have some acetone on my rag. I'm going to just wipe this liner, just make sure it's really clean. I want a good seal with that PU coating to the calibration tube. I'm going to open up my inside of my calibration tube and do the same thing just inside this inch mark. Then I am going to bring the cal tube over the liner right up to that. We want an inch overlap of the liner and the cal tube. And we are going to hold it right there. Maybe right here if possible. I'm going to take my flat iron. You need a hot flat iron for this. And I am going to hold down and let that calibration tube seal to the PU coating of the liner. Okay, if you can flip it over for me. So make sure that you have that 1-inch section sealed very well. And I'm going to take my ends, just kind of seal those as well. One thing I like to do is have the stitching from my cal tube on the opposite side of my stitching from my liner. I found that it helps give you a better seal. And just kind of make sure that it's all sealed and nice. It's going to be hot. And just kind of set it down and let it cool for just a minute. Okay, now that this is cooled, what I've done is I have a piece of duct tape. I've just cut it in half, so it's about the inch diameter or inch width of the seal that we just created between the calibration tube and the liner. I'm going to tape that 1-inch section. Just going to make sure that that duct tape is nice and firm against that seal that we just created. Just like that. Okay, now that I have finished creating my remote start, I just want to test it and make sure that it's going to hold. So what you do is you have somebody grab the side of the liner, somebody grab this cal tube, and you can pull on it pretty good. You can see that we're yanking on it. And so that is how you make a remote start.